Are we there? Are we there? Hello, everybody. Are we there? Let's just double check that we didn't lose everybody. Hello again. Anyone there? Anyone there? Hopefully we got back up and running. Let's just double check. Hello, hello, hello. We're back up and running. We're back up and running. Sorry about that, boys and girls. Some reason the old Wi-Fi dropped out. Let's hopefully that will be okay. Looks like we're back up and running now. So what are we going to talk about tonight? If you hadn't realized, we're going to talk about the receiver. So let's make sure we know what we're doing with that. Everybody's come back with me. Let me just get back the chat so I can see what's going on, or else nobody will be able to talk to me. That's probably a good thing, but let's just make sure I've got my chat up and running. So bear with me, please. Where are we? Where's my chat? Where's my chat? Where's my chat? I can't see you all. Hold on, hold on. This is all quality stuff. I know you like watching somebody frantically dealing with his IT issues. But there we go. Back on the chat. So I can see you guys on the chat now. Thank you very much for your patience. Right. So receiver, receiver, receiver. So let's switch to camera number 2. That is all working. So we've got our lovely receiver here. So what's hot and what's not? If you don't know anything about the new system and you're using our old system, because this is really what I'm looking at today. I'm not trying to, trying to get you onto Delkim, as it were. But if you have the old system and you're looking for new, what's the big step forward? Okay, so the big step forward with the new system is that it is fully digital. Okay, the old system that we made for 15 years was bang on, ahead of its time when it started out. But as time has progressed, technology has moved forward, and I have said this before, and I'm not afraid to say it, that by the time we were launching the new range, the old system had really passed its sell-by date. The alarms were still solid, so the alarms were still solid, but the receiver technology in that, although it's perfectly adequate probably for 80% of the people that are using it, there were a few issues going on because just technology had moved on, radio system had moved on. There's so much more radio activity, and because it was an analog system, you would sometimes in some situations get interference, and sometimes things it wouldn't work necessarily as good as it should do in certain circumstances. So we knew we had to make a new system, and that's what we were working on. 10 years we were working on this, so the whole thing had to come together in one go. Let's just move that chat. Let me just see what we've got on there. Hello. So this is our fully digital receiver. So what makes it so much better? Well, one, no interference. Okay, so digital is go, no go. So there'll be no pops and crackles and hisses. It just does the job. It picks up instantly. You don't get any scratchy sound or anything like that. The next thing, it's got far better range. It's got better penetration, so it doesn't get blocked or anything by any strong radio signals that might be around where you're fishing. A lot of lakes and stuff are by airports, and everything's just spiraled over the 15 years that we've been making a radio system. Well, at 96 we brought out a radio system, so how I'm going to do maths, so yeah, 20 years odd, 23 years. So this is now fully top notch. Can't do any better than this. This is the ultimate radio system for us, certainly the best we've ever made, and it covers all bases. It's got fantastic battery life, so even more than our old receiver, which had 6,000 hours. This has got even more than that, and it has some fantastic features as well. So not only have you got fantastic range and performance, and it does exactly what it says on the tin, but it also has some nice features too, which I will show you. So first thing, all right, do get a few people have trouble actually pairing them. So when you first get this receiver, I'll turn it on. It has a 3-button on off, so you hold all 3 buttons down, and I'll turn it off again just so you know. And when you first get it, you turn it on, and it automatically goes into pairing mode. This is pairing mode. So it's telling you or asking you, what would you like to pair in your receiver? Let's remove the covers from the alarms. Okay, and then you can see what it goes. So it's asking you to pair. If you don't pair, so I'll give you a bit of an instruction here as well. If you don't pair, it will time out after so long, and then you'll have to turn it back on again. When you first connect to battery, it will turn on automatically and ask you to pair, or when you first turn it on, if it was off, and it will sit there waiting for you to pair. And if you do nothing, it will just shut itself down. But all you have to do is just turn on your alarm. And I turned on the blue one, and it went, did it. It picked up the first one. You don't have to match the colours. I had somebody who was panicking that he had 4 blue and there's not 4 blue LEDs on the alarm, what on the receiver. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? You can match them and mix them however you want. And if I don't want one in the red, I just press the left-hand push button, and I can skip along, and I can mess about. I can put one in the yellow one. So I just turn on the green one. It automatically confirms the code. That means you've done pairing and you are good to go. And it's as simple as that. So now I tap that one. It comes through on a receiver. It's coming through on the purple. And I tap this one and it's coming through in the yellow. And whatever you've got your tone set at will come through on the receiver. Same on this one. You can hear that's coming through there. And away we go. Got it on a very low tone for some reason. I think I was messing about with that, showing somebody last week. So that's pairing, very simple and not dissimilar to our old system. So where does this new receiver differ? All right. Well, one of the fantastic things is it's got just a bit more adjustability. So straight away, if I hold down this middle button, I can turn off the vibro. If I hold down the middle button, 2, 3, you might hear that. I can now make that vibrate 3 times. You might be able to hear that, or you can feel vibration through the screen, but you can hear that. So I can, again, turn that off. If I hold it down for 1 beep, I've got 1 vibrates once. If I turn it off again, hold it down for 2. And you can adjust the vibration. So that's quite handy, something you might do. But, you know, not setting the world alight so far, of course. You've got range change, okay? So this receiver has 3 different ranges. It comes, if I hold this button down, okay, 2 lights light up, standard range. So standard range, and in a line of sight, 750 metres. So that's with no obstructions, that's straight across, and you've got that kind of distance. Obviously, in bankside conditions, that will be reduced, but not one person has complained about the range. It does exactly what it needs to do. It goes the distance, it goes to wherever you're fishing. You can walk up and down the bank, it will pick up. There are no issues with range at all in the standard range. If I'm just sitting by my rods, okay, I can also change the range to short range. So if I hold the button down, short range, little purple LED on its own. I've now reduced the range to 50 metres. So I will compare this to a car that has an eco button. Now, you've probably heard me say this before if you've heard me talk about the receiver, but those that haven't, bear with me. So it's like an eco. So now that receiver has a reduced range, about 50 metres. You're maximising your battery life now. So you're using the minimum amount of power on the receiver, and you're sitting by your rods. You're not going to leave your swim. You put it in short range, and now I'm maximising my battery life. So I'm getting even more battery life. So I'm driving like Miss Daisy in my car. I put it in eco. I don't need to put my foot down, and I'm getting the most out of my receiver. I'm getting the most fuel economy out of my car, just to carry on that analogy. If I need to go on a little bit, and I've got to go that extra bit, and it's, you know, right at the edge of range, and, you know, I've got to help my mate, or maybe you know, the toilet is at the end of the bank, right up the other end there, and I've turned my I've reeled in, and I've set the IMU, the anti-theft and all that on my alarms, and I want to go that little bit further. I can hold the button down, 2, 3. So now 3, I am in boost. So this is like turbo or boost button on your car. I've now got maximum reception power, and that's about 1,000 meters in a line of sight. So it's about 15, 20% more reception range, sensitivity to picking up the alarm. So that's your maximum power. It's using your battery up a bit more. You've got full beans, and that will stay on for about 15 minutes. So you've got that little bit extra if you want to go somewhere and do something, and it will time out, and then it will drop back to standard range. Okay, but every time you turn it on, it's always on standard range, which is your normal everyday driving, your normal everyday usage. So pretty straightforward. Those are fairly straightforward functions. You've got a last activity recall. So if I turn that on, do that one, you can just check what went off. So if you had one gone off in your pocket, you went back to it, you just wanted to see what was going on, and when that times out, I'll just prove that's what it does. You can just press the button and it will tell you the last alarm that went off, which is, can be slightly useful every now and again. So there you go, just shows you that. But here come the game changer, but the really useful features. Okay, one of the great features that we've added, and I'll get my little wacky stick that I'll use to show you, is do not disturb. So if I hold down push button 2, push button 3, okay, it makes a little blankety blank noises. And now we're in do not disturb. Now this feature is fantastic, and people have been using this, and it absolutely works. So it's for extreme weather conditions. So you're fishing, and it's going to happen again. We're in the autumn showers and bits and pieces like that. It absolutely suddenly chucks it down from nowhere. You can see that the storm is going to pass. It's knocking everything's bouncing around, all the alarms are going off because everything's hitting the line. It's really extreme. It's not raining all day, it's been fine, and now it's started knocking it down. So rather than your receiver going off every time you get a tap, all these little knocks on the rod, if it doesn't set it off. But if you get something that goes on for about 4 seconds, 1, 2, 3, 4, it kicks in. So if you've got something extreme, if you get a run, 4 seconds, it kicks in. So you're not getting all those little false bleeps from it bouncing around, hitting the line, all those raindrops or hailstones, and that is a fantastic feature. So again, single beeps, it misses. But if I get something continuous, 1, 2, 3, 4, there you go, it kicks in. That will time out after 15 minutes. So again, it's for a short, sharp shower. You can turn it off yourself manually by just holding down the 2 buttons again. And now we're back as we were. So D&D, fantastic feature, really useful. Okay, we use vibration alarms. They pick up vibrations. If everything's shaking about and you're using them correctly, yes, they're going to pick up knocks on the line because that's what they're meant to do. But D&D helps when everything's set nicely. You've got a short, sharp shower. You don't want to go out and readjust all your responses because it's going to pass over. If it's raining all day and you're getting false bleeps, then it means you've got to adjust for the conditions. You can't just use D&D just to overcome the fact you haven't set your alarms correctly. That's not what it's for. It's for an extreme weather event. And again, you can actually lock it on. So if I turn it on, you can actually keep holding it down. There you go. Now that's locked D&D on permanently. Now this is a very extreme setting that I would only use with extreme caution. If you're fishing in the middle of the lake and there are no snags or anything, and you just want to know when you get a run in the night, you don't want little knocks from crayfish or bream to keep disturbing you, then you can lock it on all night and you'll just know when you get something solid that you've got to do something about. That's what it's for. If you're fishing by a snag and you put D&D lock on, then you are absolutely asking for trouble, and you're going to risk snagging a fish, which is not what anybody wants, and certainly we don't. But it is there for open water, you're fishing, you're bivvying up, you know, you're getting your head down for the night, you don't want to be disturbed, you can do that if you wish. And again, just holding that down will turn that off. So the other fantastic feature is run light. And you just saw all the LEDs light up. So it has the same kind of timer as with the D&D. But if I get single beeps, okay, just works as normal. But if I get something that goes on for 4 seconds or more, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the LEDs light up. So now, and you can see how bright that is even in this light, you've got some emergency lighting for in your bivvy. So you can get your boots on, get out, land the fish. So you don't need a bivvy light. The receiver does it for you. There is more than enough light. And that kicks in again. So I've got to run. Off we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. All the lights light up. It's going to light up your whole bivvy. You can see, get out, get your boots on, get down, land the fish. Absolutely perfect. So there is absolutely no problem with that. And using that, it's not a light, it's not for reading a book by, but you don't need a bivvy light. You don't need that extra bit of kit. If you want a head torch to read a book or do, you know, baiting up or whatever it is you're going to do, fine. If you're, you know, want something that goes off when you get a run, then bang, that's for you. And you can actually use D&D and run light together. So I've instigated D&D, I've had run light. So again, if I get single knocks, I'm actually not even going to get a run or anything come through. But if I get something that goes on for 4 seconds, 1, 2, 3, 4, everything kicks in. So you can use it in combination. And they're great little features. Okay, really nice little features. So run light, D&D, absolutely fantastic. Look at that. I've just noticed my white LED is not working. That's great, isn't it? They are test heads. What a fantastic way to be displaying our products. Look at that. That's just gone off that. Do apologise for that. Look at that. Just noticed it. It does get a bit of a hammer in this one. It was working just now, wasn't it? 1, 2, 3. There you go. It's working back again. So, 2 fantastic features. Good job it's live, isn't it? But there you go. So that's my one. It does take a bit of bashing. And my daughter grabs it and throws it around as well. So you can see how useful those features are. Again, you've got the increased security that you can only have if you're using the receiver. The IMU, I put a video up earlier today on our site. The anti-theft when you turn it off. You know, that's as normal. I'll go back to that so you see. So if I turn the alarm off, that sets it. Holding down any button will cancel it. You can deactivate the anti-theft if you want. If you hold the outer 2 buttons if you hold down the outer 2 buttons, that has now got rid of the anti-theft. So if I turn that off, it's not kicked in. But when you turn the receiver off and back on again, default is anti-theft on. I would not want anybody to not know they haven't got the anti-theft on and have all their stuff nicked. We don't want that, do we? So if anybody's got any questions about all that, please pop it on the chat. Trying to keep up with it. It's not quite working 100% today. I don't know why. I hope you can see me. Have we lost the stream again? I hope not. Please let me know if anybody's there. It doesn't seem to be, it might be running a little bit slow today for some reason. Maybe a bit of waterworks, but it seems to be working okay. Give me a thumbs up if you're all there and you can hear me, then that would be great. So that is our receiver. It is great. It does, you know, it's a massive step forward over our, you know, previous system. And as I've said before, the previous system was a little bit out of date, you know, and that's just down to the fact that we took such a long time to develop the alarm and all those features, which I've done and you've seen, and, you know, we've gone through this, and people saying, you know, the only reason I'm going over this is because I get asked for it all the time. People, let's come back to me. People ask me all the time, how's this work? How's that work? How's this do? How's it? So everybody keeps coming in, going out, watching these videos, you know, watches them one week, not the next week. They ask the same questions. As you probably know, I haven't done my housekeeping yet about accessories and hangers and apps and everything like that. You know, so we do get asked the same questions over again, not the same people watching all the time. And if you are watching for the first time, then I really do appreciate it. And I'm doing this for everybody. We try and help. We have an app. Let me show you our app now, because I'm not going to do any more on that one. So I use my phone as a camera. But if you haven't downloaded our app, and I keep pushing this, you really need to download our app. It is there for you. You've got quick guides. I have shown these so many times. Quick guides. And it focus in there. There you go. Quick guides on all the functions of the alarms, txi-ds and the RxD. Haven't got EVDs on there because they are so simple that you really don't need a quick guide. But the video guides are there as well. We've got video guides for all our products, even the old stuff as well. So this is not just new product related. All our hangers, there's information on there, our old stuff, archive stuff for all you guys. There's instructions, all your instructions are on there if you need to when they come up. There we go. I have shown this before, but all in multiple languages. So, you know, not just catering for our UK anglers, they're everywhere. And, you know, you can do your warranty on there. So if you're getting extended warranty, so don't forget all our digital range products come with a 2-year warranty as standard, and you can register for an extra year's warranty for free. Repairs and spares, all on there. If you may have known, we've updated our spares as well. So now everything is in one place, and that pops up. So you can get spares for all your products. There's all nice pictures. Let me just scroll down there, show you what's on there. So all our free spares. Oh, can you see? Oh, there's our new covers. But there's free spares and paid for spares are all part of the same system now, so you can get what you want all in one place. You don't have to switch from one thing to another. Just on that, guys, free spares. There are a few people who are trying to take the biscuit, maybe not necessarily intentionally, but they're ordering like 3 of everything, or trying to, you know, every single spare comes up on the list. We're not going to send those out to you. They are for people with genuine issues, you know, lost parts. If you've lost a control knob, or you've lost a battery door for your receiver, or you want a bank stick clip, or you want a you know, an upright, or you want, you know, some screws, you've lost your screws, that's what the spares are for. If you're ordering a job lot of every single thing in the list, then in the end our generosity will wane, and we may have to put some charges on. We don't want to do that, because we've provided that service for an awfully long time, and we are, you know, it's isolated people, but, you know, please use it wisely and don't spoil it for others by just trying to take everything because it's free. You don't need it. And of course, don't forget hangers. All our hangers, I'll do my little housekeeping at the end. All our hangers fit all our alarms, so any plus range alarms and any digital alarms, they all fit. And accessories. Do it again. If you've got the new digital alarms, you need the V2 accessories. So if you just bought yourself a set of txi-ds and a receiver, or you bought the EVDs and you want the d-lok, quick release, or the safety, the carbon snag ears, then you need the V2 version. So please make sure you get the right ones. And the feet for the d-loks are universal, so it's the same feet for the old ones and the new ones. You don't need V2 feet. It is the same feet. They fit the old original style d-lok and the new ones. We're still making the original accessories for the old alarms, because we know there are thousands and thousands and thousands of you out there using our products. So please make sure you get the right ones, and don't think we're just going to leave your people who are using plus range behind. We're still supporting you guys. And, you know, being a Delkim user is being a Delkim user. We would love you to buy new stuff, obviously, but we're happy for you to be part of the Delkim family, and we can continue to support and provide you with videos and help. Sometimes it's product focused. I will probably start doing a few things on the older ones probably next week, because there's lots of people who have bought them from the second-hand market, so hopefully bring that to you as well. Just quickly then, has anybody got any questions? Let's go. Unrealised best of the market. Thank you, Richard. Super9 Angler. Where do you recommend you put the response wheel? Richie Collins, you put the response wheel where you need to do it for the amount of response you need for your fishing setup. I have put another link up. Always set it with more response than you think, and if you're getting false beeps, then back it off. That's generally, if you've never used Delkims before, you've come from a wheel, it is the amount of energy in the line, the vibration of the line that sets the sensor off. It's not how far it moves, it's how fast it moves. So slow movement, you can adjust it to ignore it. So that's undertow, bobbing creep, but taps of the line, the rod tip, you can pick that up quite easily. So set them slightly more responsive than you might think. Pull the line, get the beeps that you like. Don't play with the beep speed until you've set the response. Get that used to that, and then get the response that you like, and then you can start to play with the beep speed should you wish, and then get that balance and get that perfect setting so that it goes into the warble when it's time to strike. Done all stuff on beep speed and response. Please look at our YouTube videos. It's all listed there. All these lives go up there. What does it flash every couple of minutes? It's tad annoying at night. Can it be turned off? Gary Sullivan. That is the power indicator. So there are no switches on here. I can't see that this is on. So when I turn it on, oh, that was already on. I'll turn it on again. It will flash periodically every 2 minutes just to let you know it's working, just like a like a smoke detector. You can turn that off. See section 3.1 of the instructions. I've done a video on that. I'm not going to do that now because I'm running out of time. I need to get off and be with the missus. It's a birthday. Any other questions quickly while I can? I have the slim lights. Is there much benefit in upgrading to the new night lights? Shiny Keen. The night lights take a lot more weight, and it's a stronger free running line clip. So if you need to fish with more weight, then the night lights are for you, and that's just got a single free running line clip. The slim lights are a lightweight hanger that you can use in windy conditions. So these are still lightweight without the weight on them, but you can add a lot more weight. You know, we do 60. You can't use 60 grams on the slim lights. Do you have any your meeting about? Oh yes, I think the ringtone. I think we were nearly there with the ringtone. So bear with that. I mean, checked on that this week. We're so busy doing other things. I will as soon as that ringtone is up and running. Trust me, you will all know. And let me have a look. Would you say the txi-d could be used for sea angling? Yes, you can, Andrew. People have used our alarms definitely in sea fishing in various parts of the world. You can overcome the wave action because you can turn it down. And of course, using it on a boat, if it's doing that, you use boats in lakes, so there's always going to be a wave action. So yes, if I was out and it was, doing this all the time, it might be a bit awkward, but in a reasonably calm seas, you can adjust it, and yes, you can use it for sea fishing because it's that donk 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 on the end of the rod. We use it for barbel fishing. My dad lives on the river. He uses it for barbel fishing, so donk 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 on the end of the rod. It picks it up. That is the versatility of the Delkim. Do the d-loks fit the new Delkim? I hope you haven't been winding me up, Richard Hendry. You need V2 versions of the accessories. V2 versions of the accessories to fit the digital range alarms. Okay, the old ones don't fit. You can't transfer them across, but all the hangers fit. Anyway, short and sweet. Hope that's been useful. If you need anything other help, don't forget, pop out in the chat. Message us. I'm the one that does the social media. I'm the one answering you on Facebook and all the other places where you're asking, Twitter and Instagram. So please, please, please don't hesitate to ask any questions. We'll see you all again next week. Thank you very much for your time. Have a good weekend. Hope you go fishing. Hope you catch. Take care.